Okay, good morning. So today I thought that we could finish up kind of this series that we've been doing over the last couple of practices and head towards dancer's posture. So I want to show you before we get into the practice how I'd like you to use the strap if you have a strap. If you don't have a strap, then you'll just do a different variation. But I want you to have this as a reference for one day when you do have a strap, how you can use it to get into a deeper extension. So keep in mind it's 7 a.m. and I haven't done anything to warm my body up. So it's going to look pretty sad. But the strap, the way that I have been taught and love to use it for Natrajasana, I'm just going to tip my screen down so that you can see it better. Okay. So you've seen yogis do like that beautiful overhand grip of dancer's posture. And so if you can't grab your foot, which many of us, I can't, and you still want to get that really beautiful, deep arm, lat, armpit opening along with your extension, then a strap is really helpful. But I find that a lot of people, when they try to use the strap, will just kind of sling it over their ankle like this, and then try to reach around and grab it behind their head. But I'm going to show you a different way that's a lot more secure. So instead of bringing the strap in front of your ankle, you'll bring it kind of behind, so it's touching your Achilles. And then you wrap it around. So you take both sides of the strap, connect them, and then take the two straps in between your big toe and your pinky toe. So now it's, or your second toe. So now it looks like a flip-flop. And then you bring the straps together to the arch of your foot. And then what? And then you have something to work with here and your strap's not going anywhere. So then, here we are again. When you come into your expression, and don't worry, we'll do lots to prepare, then you have a lot more room to bring your elbow up towards the ceiling. This other arm can come and meet your strap. And then once you have your extension, we can start to play with that. Okay, so I'll show you one more time. So from the top, you'll take your strap around the back of your ankle, right above your heel bone, and then around front so that both parts come together between your big toe and your second toe, and then reconnect your strap. And you know you got it when you have a little flip-flop. Okay, so with all of that in place, keep your strap handy today. And we'll begin in a seat to take the chant. And yeah, I think the strap is kind of all we need today. So go ahead and close your eyes. And feel your breath. And notice what sounds there are in your space. Notice what sensations there are in your body. And notice what thoughts there are in your mind. And just simply be willing to hold space for these parts too, rather than resisting or fighting them away. Can you find the middle ground where you notice them without letting them carry your attention far, far away from here? And it happens quickly. So when you notice yourself kind of caught in a thought pattern or lost in an inner dialogue, just be willing to come back quite simply to what is here right now. And the breath is, of course, a really, really potent tool to call you here. So please take a deep and full breath in. And then sigh and clear out your breath. And then inhale again. And as you exhale, connect your palms in front of your heart. Inhale for Om, and we'll do the chant. Om. Om Sahanau Bhavatu. Sahanau Bhunaktu. Sahaviryam Karavavahai. Tejasvinau Aditamastu. Mavin Vishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So gently tip your chin down towards your chest. And then let your hands fall into your lap. And then slowly lift your head and gently open your eyes. And then take your strap with you. And again, if you have a scarf or those Lululemon pants or something strap-like, it'll work for this first part. We'll just do that same shoulder flossing that we've been working with. So you can come sit onto your shins, or you can sit in Virasana, the hero's pose. And, we start with the hands a little bit closer, and then you might find that you need to bring them a little bit farther apart. So beginning with your hands down by your knees, and then rise up as you breathe in. And then again, right about at this point, when we start to lose our shoulder mobility, our spine likes to take up the brunt of the work. So keep your ribs contained, just bring your arms a little bit wider, and then swim your arms back behind you. And up and overhead, and down and forward once again. Going very slow through all of the motions, all the movements, so that you can kind of feel where it gets a little bit jerky or sticky or clumsy. And you might find that there's a lot of kind of familiarity and freedom in the front body. Like when you bring your arms forward and down, it doesn't feel like too much drama. And then once you start to come up and overhead, and then once you start to work back behind you, there's a term called sensory motor amnesia that they're talking about more and more these days. And it's essentially like if we don't move in certain ways, our body and our brain connection and those dimensions just kind of shuts off. It's like, oh, I guess they don't need this anymore. So then once you start to remind your body that like you can move back here, you can breathe back here, the muscles just need like a little bit of a reminder. It's like they've been hibernating for who knows, it could be years, it could be decades. So be very slow and tender and patient as you start to wake it back up. We also work a lot in our front body, right? Like we do a lot forward, we walk forward, we drive forward, our hands are forward, touching things and experiencing the world ahead of us. Behind us, we're not really doing too much, especially when it comes to the arms. And we can take these practices, but I think it's challenging for many people to access this part of the body and these movements. So ribs are still contained, arms are just moving. And then the next time you come up and overhead, you'll find that your favorite spot, the stickiest spot, and just pause and enjoy. And then do the side bend, leaning one way, airing out the ribs. Stay for a couple of breaths so you can really feel the intercostals and the deep QL muscle that runs between your pelvis and your lower ribs. Feel the breath. And then come up through center and go the other way. Good, and then come up through center and rotate. You can even let your hips rotate. Like if you're twisting to the right, your left knee would slide forward a little. And then rotate the other way. So rotating to the left and your right knee would slide forward just a little bit. So that just means that your hips aren't being jammed square while you're rotating through your spine. Okay, come through center. Let go of your strap. Come into a child's pose with your toes tucked under. So hands land, toes tuck, and hips glide towards your heels. And we won't be here too long, so don't worry. Round forward. Press the back of your heart up towards the ceiling as you breathe in. And then think about containing your ribs as you exhale and glide your hips back in towards your child's pose with your tucked toes. And this is going to be the movement. So still just working on mobilizing the spine, rounding forward, breathing in. And then fluid through your spine, drop your hips back as you exhale. Back and forth we go a number of times on the breath. So peeling open the back body and peeling open the front body. And then right in the middle, of course, is our backbone. And see if, again, you can find some of the connections between your vertebrae that are forgetful, that are a little bit clumsy, a little bit sticky, don't really compute. Good. Add in the back bend, so round forward and then drop your hips and lift your chest as you breathe in. And as you exhale, glide back, child's pose, tuck toes. Again, wave forward, hips heavy, heart lifts, squeeze your bum. And as you exhale, hips go back, child's pose, tuck toes. One more time like that. Ride forward, drop your hips, lift your heart, take your breath in. And as you exhale, child's pose, hips go back. Now come forward, high plank. Inhale, lift your knees. And as you exhale, downward dog. And right away, high plank. And glide back from your hip bones, from the hollow of your navel, down dog. And go one more time, high plank as you inhale. This time as you exhale, come onto your knees, come all the way down onto your belly. Curl your fingertips wide, point your elbows towards the ceiling, root down the tops of your feet and look down. And then plug the tops of your feet and the tops of your thighs. Squeeze your middle back to lift your chest, King Cobra, breathing in. And as you exhale, chin forward, heart forward and down. Coming up again, breathing in, rise, King Cobra. And as you exhale, chin forward, heart forward, and all the way down to earth. Good, go one more time. Rise up, breathe in. And then heart to earth, full breath. And bring your palms to flat under your shoulders, inhaling with your out breath, child's pose, tucking your toes, hips to heels. Rounding forward to your high plank on the in-breath and to your down dog as you exhale, hips to sky, drop your head. And just pedal your heels, one down and then the other. And then see if you can bend your left knee, pin your right heel down to the ground, and then bend your right forearm or elbow towards the ground too. Come up through center, high on both big ball mounds of your feet, and then bending into your right knee, bending into your left elbow as you pin your left heel down towards the ground. Okay, so it's like a pedal of your heels and the elbows at the same rate. So you get into the backs of your legs and also into the side waist, the side of your lungs. Okay, come up onto your tippy toes, look forward, breathing in. And with your exhale, bring your feet to meet your hands at the top of your mat. Halfway lift, heart goes forward, deep breath in. And as you exhale, forward fold, let your head go heavy. Dropping into your heels, heavier skull. And let the backs of your legs come to meet you. And do one more halfway lift to lengthen, gather some space along your backbone. And as you exhale, soften and drape your belly over your thighs. Roll up to stand, dig your heels, bend your knees, bone by bone, come up. Plug down the soles of your feet, gather your arms up towards the ceiling, take your breath in. And as you exhale, thumbs through your heart, stand into Tadasana. Drift your hands by your sides. And we'll take one round of the Jivamukti sun salutations. So they're a little bit quick, so I'll try to slow the first round and then we'll go through on breath for the second one. So it's inhale to rise up through your arms, hook your thumbs, contain your ribs, and lift your armpits. And then as you exhale, forward fold on the way down, interlace your fingertips, knuckles to the small of your back. Hands down, right toes step back, take a breath into your runner's lunge, squeeze your inner thighs and sink your hips heavy. And then as you exhale, step back, down dog. Down dog, come forward, high plank pose. And as you exhale, sink your knees down, keep your butt up high, and then lower your chin and your chest to the ground. Glide through to your cobra, squeeze your back body to lift your front body. Oh, hello. Wow. And then as you exhale, come back through child's pose into your downward facing dog. Come right forward to your high plank pose as you inhale. As you exhale, lower half or all the way. This is moose, everyone. Lift your chest, upward facing dog as you breathe in. And then as you exhale, come on back, downward facing dog. Right foot steps forward, runner's lunge as you inhale. And as you exhale, step forward to fold at the top of your mat. Hooking your thumbs, lean into your heels, stand all the way up, rise all the way up, breathing in. And then as you exhale, go again, interlace your fingertips and forward fold. Hands down, left toe step back, take your breath in. Runner's lunge, and then as you exhale, planting your palms, downward facing dog. Come forward, high plank, breathe in. And as you exhale, knees down, bum stays up high, chin, chest come to the ground. Glide through cobra, inhale. And then as you exhale, through child's pose to your down dog, hips go high. Come right forward to your high plank on the inhale breath. And then as you exhale, chaturanga. Heart lifts, breathe in. And down dog, breathe out. Left foot steps between your thumbs. Runner's lunge, squeeze your inner thighs, but sink your hips, inhaling. And as you exhale, right foot meets your left foot, forward fold. Hook thumbs, lift chest, deep breath in. And then as you exhale, drift your arms down by your sides. Humble your chin in towards your chest. And give yourself a moment to sway and feel what you feel, what you feel. In your back body, in your heartbeat, under your skin. Okay, let's reach the arms up. Take your inhale breath. Keeping your ribs contained, lifting up through the armpits, and as you exhale, slow motion forward fold. Halfway lift, hips go back, heart goes forward, deep breath in. And as you exhale, plant your palms, simply step back to downward dog. From your downward dog, come up onto your tippy toes, and as you exhale, come all the way down onto your knees. Okay. So from your tabletop position, without lifting your right leg, stretch your right toes straight back. Keep your lower back quiet so it doesn't help you much to lift up your right leg and then lift up your right leg. And it might not go as high now, but you can really feel the strength coming into the back of the leg, into the glute, the hamstring. Okay, keep that and then bend into your right knee. Keep your lower back quiet and press the sole of your right foot up towards the ceiling. Keep the contraction of the back of your legs, super important. Keep your ribs in, your navel in, your lower back contained. Lift just a little bit higher, take your breath in. And then as you exhale, curl your right knee towards your nose, round out your spine. As you reach your right heel up towards the ceiling, remember not to back bend. Reach your left fingertips forward as you press the right heel up towards the ceiling, inhaling. Now as you exhale, elbow to knee, left elbow connects with your right knee. And then one more time, left arm forward, right heel high, keep your lower back really quiet. Now reach back and around and see if you can grab the pinky toe side of your right foot with your left hand. And then rather than pulling your foot or pressing foot to hand, see if the connection between your hand and your foot can be really light, and you just lift your right leg up to meet your left hand. So back of your leg is super active. Lean into your right hand, take one more deep breath in. And then slowly as you exhale, unwind, left arm forward, right heel back, deep breath in. Now as you exhale, plant your left hand down towards the ground, tuck under your left toes and lift up and back, three-legged downward facing dog, right heel goes up high. For your deep breath in. And as you exhale, curl your knee in towards your nose and place your right foot in between your thumbs. Bring your back knee down to the ground. Rise up to your low lunge, press down into your front foot, your front heel, lift up through your chest, lift up through your arms, take a full breath in, ribs contained. Keep your ribs contained as you interlace your fingertips, hands come to the base of your skull, relax your heavy head. As you relax your head, the side waist, the armpits, soften, slacken. Keep your fingers tangled, reach or press your palms up, inhaling. And as you exhale, undo your fingers, stretch your arms back behind you, lean your chest forward, and as you lean your chest forward, lift your back knee up. And then soften your back knee as you rise up through the chest and arms, high crescent lunge, breathing in. And as you exhale, make fists, bring your elbows by your sides and draw your left knee up towards your chest. Okay, arms go up. Cactus your arms, bend your elbows left and right, and then draw your left knee down towards the ground. Find your middle back. Find the strength in the back of your left leg now as you try to touch the left toes to the base of your skull. Lower back stays quiet, neck stays quiet. Just think of the back of your heart and the left toes to the back of your skull. Active dancer's posture. Think of the strongest expression of your back. Strong back leg, strong back of leg, strong back of heart. And if your chin lifts, it's because your sternum is lifting so much. Okay, come back through to center. Tadasana, land your left foot, release your arms. Offer yourself a little sway. Press your feet, lift your arms, lift your chest, breathing in. Forward fold as you exhale. Elongate your spine, inhaling. Plant your palms, step back down dog as you exhale. From your down dog, come up onto your tiptoes and use your whole exhale to sink your knees down. And without lifting it, please slide your left toes straight back. Hips are square, lower back is quiet, press firm into your hands, and then use the muscles along the back of your left leg to lift your left leg. And keep that strength as you bend your left knee, and then press the sole of your foot up towards the ceiling. Looking down, leaning a little bit more towards the left side. Okay, keep your ribs contained, keep your low back quiet, take your inhale breath, and then as you exhale, left knee towards your nose, round in. And then as you inhale, again, keeping your lower back really quiet, keep your hamstring and your glute working, reach your right fingertips forward. And then as you exhale, elbow to knee. And then do that one more time, right arm forward, lean into your left hand, use the left leg to lift your left leg, inhaling. Now open up, reach back and around, hold the pinky toe side of your left foot with your right hand. Turn your chest towards the right as you lean more into your left hand. And of course, the low back will do a little bit. Can you see if you can make it do a little less? By engaging through the back of your left leg, by squeezing your left bum, and by lifting your chest. Good, undo, reach forward, right hand, reach back, left leg, take your breath in. And then as you exhale, right hand down, right toes tuck, three-legged downward facing dog with your left heel high up and back. Pour your breath in, and as you exhale, curl your knee to your nose and place your left foot through, bring your back knee down. Tailbone drops down, arms rise up, low lunge, breathing in. Switch which pinky is out front as you interlace your fingertips, hands to the base of your skull. And then again, let your head go soft and heavy, armpits wide, ribs in, tail drops. Keep the interlace, press your palms towards the ceiling, in breath. And as you exhale, undo your fingers, stretch your arms back behind you, and then lift your back knee up. Rise up into your crescent lunge on the inhale breath. And as you exhale, make fists and draw your right knee up into your chest. Okay, here we go again. So right knee points down, lower back stays nice and quiet. You can start with your hands on your hips if that works better for you, or arms up and in the cactus. So you squeeze your middle back, try to contain your ribs as best as you can. And then from the strength of your right leg, try to drift your right toes towards the base of your skull. So towards the dancer's posture, but without any hands helping you. See what the true strength is in your back body, what the true mobility is in your spine. And then as you have it, can you try to invite your breath in? The strongest back body from the base of your skull all the way to the sole of your foot. Find it here. One more deep breath in. And then as you exhale, slowly come back through to center. Land your feet, drop your hands, feel what you feel. Okay, press your feet, reach your arms up, take your breath in. As you exhale, hinge forwards to fold. Halfway lift, long inhale. And as you exhale, plant your palms, step back, down dog. Let's rise up onto the tiptoes, breathing in. And then use your whole exhale to sink your knees down to the ground as you exhale. Good, and then this time, slide your right toes back. Swivel your left shin out, seal the sole of your right foot to the ground, and with your left hand down, peel your right arm up towards the ceiling. And then just to protect the shoulder, spin your left bicep forward so your chest stays open, press down through your left arm, take your breath in. Then as you exhale, swim your right arm up and overhead and lift up the knife edge of your right foot so your right leg floats. Keep your lower back quiet as you bend your right heel towards your right bum. Super strong into your hamstrings. And then press your right sole of foot towards the left side of your mat, extending through the hip. You can stay here or take your right hand to the big toe side of your foot. Casting your heart wide open. Squeeze the chain from the base of your skull to the sole of your foot on the right side. And then re-extend, take your breath in. And as you exhale, please step your right foot towards the top right corner of your mat. You'll unswivel your left shin and bring both of your hands down to the instep of your right foot. So it's the lizard lunge. You might slide your left knee back a little bit. Let's spin the fingertips towards the kneecaps so you get the forearm stretch. And you can try it on, and if it doesn't feel good, you can just unspin your fingers, no big deal. And if you untuck your back toes, you might get a little bit more sensation or something into the top of your left thigh. All right, let's unspin the fingertips. Crawl your hands out and over towards the left side. And then stay with your hands to the left, bend your left knee so that your heel comes towards your bum without using your hand. Yeah, if you get a muscle cramp, then you're doing it right. And then you can stay here working on your strength, keeping your lower back nice and still and quiet. Or if you like to take the twist, right arm comes up and overhead and you hold the pinky toe side of your left foot. And then even though we're kind of passively stretching now, see if you can grip the muscles of your upper back and then press your foot into your hand and press your hand back into your foot to lean your chest forward. One more big breath in. And as you exhale, release the foot, swim your right arm forward, heel toe your right foot back in towards the midline and shift your hips back, Ardha Hanumanasana. Take one halfway lift as you inhale your breath. And as you exhale, forward fold a little down deeper. And then bend your front knee, lift your back knee, high crescent lunge on your inhale breath. And as you exhale, make those fists, elbows by your sides, draw your left knee up into your chest. Okay, now here we go. I would recommend coming up against a wall so you don't have to worry about your balance so much. But we're gonna go for it. We're gonna go into the dancer's pose and we'll do a different variation right after this. But so right knee or left knee points down towards the ground, left heel towards the bum. Take the instep of your foot so you hold the big toe side of your foot. And then again, remember the lower back wants to bend, it wants to do it. So see if you can anchor your tailbone down. This will give you more sensation to the top of your thigh. And then press your foot into your hand. Press your hand into your foot and lean forward just a little. And as you lean forward just a little, micro bend into your right knee. This will give you some slack now to grip the muscles of your middle upper back to open your chest. And then this gives you slack to press more foot to hand, hand to foot. If you're using the wall, you can keep using the wall or release it as you stretch your right arm forward or upward. And then you can think about the same left toes touching the base of your skull. And even though they might not ever touch there, you can still keep the intent. So the whole back chain from the back of your skull to the sole of your foot is ignited. I have a wall in front of me. If I didn't, I might reach the arm forward or straight up towards the ceiling, works too. Now you breathe. Think of all the things we've been working towards: ribs in, lower back quiet, back of your left leg working for you. Take one more deep breath in. And then as you exhale, slowly return. Place your left foot down, drift your hands by your sides. And just land. And feel the difference that you may feel from left side body to right side body. Let's press the feet, reach the arms up, take your breath in, ribs still contained. And as you exhale, forward fold. Breathing in, halfway lift. And breathing out, downward dog. Come up to your tippy toes on the in-breath and use your exhale to sink your knees down. Slide your left leg long, swivel your right shin towards the right side. Planting down through your right hand, pressing your tailbone towards the left as you reach your left arm up towards the ceiling. And then swim your left arm up and overhead from the pinky toe side of your foot to the pinky finger, elongate and lift the knife edge of your left foot. So your leg floats. And then bend into your left knee so your heel comes towards your bum without back bending deeply into the low of your back. Keep that, or take the big toe side of your left foot with your left hand. Press your heart forward. Grip your navel to your spine. Take one more deep breath in, keeping the back of your leg super strong. And then as you exhale, look towards the top of your mat and step your left foot to the top left corner. It might be a little clunky in the morning. And then unswivel your right shin, both hands to the instep of your left foot, and maybe slide your right knee back a step or two. And then spin your fingertips once again towards your kneecaps so that your forearms and your elbow pits and your biceps get some air time. And trace that sensation up the arms. Untuck your back toes to further allow your right hip flexors to unwind. Good. Okay, and then for the twist, please bring both of your hands, unspin your fingertips so they're facing forward, then bring both of your hands to the right. Keep your right keep both fingertips down, all 10 fingertips down for now as you bend your right knee. Draw your heel towards your bum, strengthening through your hamstrings. You can stay there or reach your left arm up and hold the pinky toe side of your left foot. Heart wide open, shoulders on your back. Keep the contraction of your hamstring even though you have your foot now. So it's a balance between opening the quadriceps and strengthening the hamstrings. Taking one more deep breath in. And then with control, release your back foot, bring your left hand down. Heel toe your left foot into the center, shift your hips back and bow. Ardha Hanuman, the half splits. And then like a wave, chest comes forward. And as you exhale, bow in. Bend your front knee, lift your back knee. Rise up to your high crescent lunge on the inhale breath. And then elbows by your sides, drawing your right knee into your chest. And again, you're welcome to renegotiate your space and find a wall for balance so that you can just focus on the upper part of this posture. Right knee points down. Think again when we were doing this posture with no hands, how much strength you had in the back of your leg and in the back of your heart. I want you to keep that all present. And then take the instep, the big toe side of your foot, so that your thumb is landed onto the arch of your foot and your fingers wrap around the top of your foot. Chest stays open this way. Just slightly press your foot into your hand and your hand into your foot so you have some feedback. And then micro bending into your left knee, lean forward just a touch. And then from there, grip the muscles of your upper back, grip your heel towards your bum, and then press foot into hand, hand into foot, looming wide open. Left fingertips can stretch up or stretch forward. But even though now we're feeling more into the expanse of the front body, can you bring your brain into your back body? How's your lower back doing? Is it doing everything? Can you grip the back of your leg and the back of your heart a little bit more firmly? And then trace the space, the breath, the prana along your back line. Breathing. Back of skull, back of heart, back of your leg. And then slowly, slowly come back. Release your right leg, stand down, Tadasana. And feel as you stand here in stillness, everything kind of recalibrates. Shifts, reshifts, unshifts. Okay, rise your arms up towards the ceiling. Take your breath in. Bend your knees generously as you forward fold. So we're going to come right down onto the knees. Take the top of your mat, roll it in like 3 or 4 times. So it has like a flat, wide roll. Bring your knees up onto it. Tuck your toes so that the tops of your feet are flat onto tuck your toes so that the toes are flat onto the floor, not the tops of your feet. Okay, and then reach your arms out ahead of you. Lower back stays super quiet. Lean back only to the degree that your knees are happy with you right now and tomorrow. So lean back any amount, taking your breath in. And then press down and rise up as you exhale. 2 more. Lean back, inhaling. And then press down, rise up, exhaling. 1 more time, leaning back, breathing in. And then press down, rise up as you exhale. This time as we lean back, we'll take Ustrasana, the camel posture, keeping everything still in place. Strong backs of legs, strong back of heart. So lean back, go ahead, take your heels, draw your shoulders onto your back, squeeze your buttocks from the outside to the inside, squeeze the back of your heart towards the front of your spine, lift your chest. And as you lift your chest, you might lift your gaze. And as you lift your gaze, you may even lift your chin. You may keep the whole back body strong, not just dumping into the flexibility of your lower back or the neck. There's a press down to lift up for 1 more deep breath in. And then as you exhale, come up evenly, head comes up last. Untuck your toes, unroll your mat. And pause just for a moment. Okay. So we won't do any fancy transitions into it. I just thought we'd stand and try the balance with the strap. So if you have the strap, grab it. And if you don't have the strap, then take round 2 of the dancer's posture, just like we did it. setting all the same foundations, and you can come into it with us. Okay, so take your strap, and again, I'll say we'll start with the right foot forward. Wrap the strap around your Achilles, then take the two sides, connect them, bring them between your big toe and your second toe, and then wrap the strap along the sole of your foot. And you know you've got it if you've made a little flip-flop with your strap. Okay? So now the left foot roots down, big toe mound, pinky toe mound, center of the heel. Maybe I'll show you from the front so you can see what's happening with my elbow. So left foot is down. You'll take a hold of your strap the same way as you would take a hold of your foot. So towards the big toe side, but you're holding on to your strap. As you start to bring your foot up, your elbow will naturally want to come out towards the side. Let it. And you made it. You're in the overhead position. Okay. So this might be your posture, playing with the contraction of the back of your leg, contraction of the back of your heart. If you'd like to connect your opposite hand, your left hand in, then go for it. And you might rearrange how you're holding your strap now. Remember that your lower back really wants to do it all, so keep it quiet. And then you might play with just lifting up your leg, or you might play with lifting your leg with the power of your leg. But I want you to just feel the opening of your armpits in this really sweet way. And at the beginning of the classes, we were opening up our armpits with the strap, flossing. We kept the ribs in and the lower back really quiet. See if you can do that now. Grip the back of your right leg. Grip the back of your heart. Lift your armpit, chest. Take one more breath in. And then slowly release the strap. And shake out your standing leg. And then do the other side. So we'll take the strap around the left Achilles. And then take the two sides between the big toe and the second toe. And then wrap the rest of the strap underneath the sole of the foot. Good. You'll be able to see better from this side. So I start with the palm open, holding onto the strap. This will help me to spin the elbow up and around. Find your foundation into your standing leg. Big toe, second toe, all the way to the pinky toe, and then back to the center of the heel. Lifting your leg, squeezing your left butt a ton, squeezing your left hamstring, and then pointing your left elbow to the left, and then up and overhead. And if you're doing this and you're like, my elbow doesn't come up and overhead, try sliding your hand further up your strap. It might even be at the very, very end. Work within your range of motion. Like I was talking about, that sensory motor amnesia part. It's not so much that you're not flexible or that you're not mobile or that you're not strong. It's just that your muscles forgot how to do that. So come into the most quiet, simple way of moving your shoulder that way, and then you'll be able to deepen it over time. Okay, so elbow out and then up. Here we are. You're doing it. And then maybe the right hand comes to meet. See if you can quiet the low of your back. So it's not doing everything. It's of course doing some of the things, but it's not doing everything. So bring your brain into the back of your leg. Grip the muscles, grip your butt. Bring your intelligence into the back of the heart. Squeeze the stitching of muscles along the middle upper back. You might even crawl your hands further up the strap to get more into your armpit skin, your frontal ribs, and as you squeeze your back body, you lift your front body. Good. One more full inhale breath. And then as you exhale, slide your way out. Get rid of your strap. Let's do Malasana. So toes turn out to 45 degrees. And you can come forearms on your thighs to start. We should all actually do this for just a couple of moments. Just stay and sway. Letting your spine quiet and cool. And if you like to come down a little bit lower, sink your hips. Air out through your chest. You might consider gliding, sliding from one foot to the other. Really good work. That was hard. It was hard for 7 o'clock in the morning, but we did it. Okay, and then come all the way down onto your bum, all the way down onto your back. Place your feet wide, knock your knees in, lay your hands onto your belly. Bring your breath into the palms of your hands. Begin to wash your knees side to side. Let your head roll. In whatever ways it wants to roll. You might find like in little babies, when they're rolling around, their head's not just like stiff looking up towards the ceiling. Their whole body moves in this really deep communication. So see if you can embody that, letting yourself be really fluid-like and moving towards what feels like medicine in your body. There is no one right way, just like there is no set way that our bodies align. Our physiology lands differently in each of our bodies. There's no right way. Okay, place your feet down with your knees up towards the ceiling. And then let's do a little release of the lower back that I love. So with your feet down, you'll squeeze your left bum so that your left lower back contracts a little bit. So just lift up through your left hip, just the butt cheek lifts. And then slowly lower it back down to the ground. Do that a couple of times. So lifting up your left hip to shorten the distance between your hip bone and your rib bones, your left side waist contracts. And then release it. Do that a couple more times. So lift your hip, contract your side waist. And then release. And then go one more time, lift up your hip and let it go. Then we'll add a layer. So make sure that your left arm is down by your side. Lift up your left hip, take your breath in. And then draw your left shoulder blade towards your spine as you exhale. Stay for your inhale. And then as you exhale, release everything back down to where you found it. Left hip lifts, breathing in. And shoulder blade squeezes in, breathing out. Stay, really contract the muscles on the in-breath. And then when you exhale, maybe they relax a little bit deeper. And we'll add another layer. So lift your hip as you breathe in. And then squeeze your shoulder blade in towards the spine as you breathe out. Keep that and bring your left knee towards your right knee on the inhale breath. And as you exhale, unwind, release everything back down to the ground. Again, hip, inhale. Shoulder blade to spine, exhale. Left knee meets the right knee, breathing in. And as you exhale, relax, release everything. One more layer, lifting your hip as you inhale, squeezing your shoulder blades as you exhale. Left knee to right knee, breathing in. Now as you exhale, press into your right foot and lift up through your right hip. So your whole left side is kind of contracted in now. Stay, breathe in, and then slowly relax everything back down to the ground. You might give it a little wiggle, and we'll do that one more time. So lift your left hip, inhale. Squeeze your left shoulder blade, exhale. Left knee to right knee, breathe in. And as you exhale, lift your right hip up off of the ground. So it's like a crooked bridge pose. Stay, indulge in the breath in. And then as you exhale, relax and release. Just bring both hands onto your belly once again. Let your knees fall in. And just feel what you feel from your left side to your right side now. Not to say that either will be better or worse, but they'll likely be different. And then we'll try the other side. So drift your right arm down by your side. And then simply press into your feet. You might point your knees up towards the ceiling so that they're apart. And then press into your right foot to lift up your right hip. And this will contract your right side waist. Breathe in. And then as you exhale, relax your right low back down to the ground, right hip. Do it again, lifting your hip, breathing in. And letting it fall, breathing out. And then go one more time to lift your hip, contract your side waist, breathe in. And let it go as you exhale, and we'll add on. So lifting your right hip as you inhale. Squeezing in your right shoulder blade as you exhale. Stay for the breath in. And as you exhale, relax. Come all the way back down to where you came from. Again, right hip lifts, breathing in. Right shoulder blade squeeze as you exhale. Stay for the in-breath. And as you exhale, relax your upper back, relax your lower back down to the ground. Again, lifting your right hip, breathing in. Squeezing your right shoulder blade, breathing out. Now bring your left knee towards your right knee towards your left knee. Take your inhale. And as you exhale, relax everything back down to the ground. All super subtle, not like maximum effort. Lift your right hip, breathe in. Squeeze your right shoulder blade, breathe out. Right knee comes towards your left knee as you inhale. And as you exhale, relax everything back down, widening out your back body. And then one more time, lift your hip, inhale. Squeeze your shoulder blade as you exhale. Right knee to left knee as you inhale, and then as you exhale, lift up your left hip. The whole right side body is contracted. Breathe in. And then as you exhale, let everything come back down. 2 more times. Lift right hip, breathe in. Squeeze right shoulder blade, exhale. Good, and then right knee to left knee, breathing in. And as you exhale, lift up your left hip, squeeze your right side waist. For your in-breath. And as you exhale, slowly, slowly release, relax. And we'll do just one more time. So lift up your right hip, breathe in. Draw in your right shoulder blade, exhaling. And then draw your right knee to your left knee on the in-breath. And as you exhale, lift up your left hip. Stay, squeeze, inhale, breath. And then slow as you exhale, come on down. And then again, feet go wide, knees fall in. Put your breath into the palms of your hands. And let's finish with a sweet twist. So bring your hips to the right, draw your knees to your chest, let your knees fall over to the left side. And gazing up towards the ceiling, letting your back body fall heavy. And actively scanning through your body for any tension, any holding that you don't need right now. Good. Take a good breath in. And a nice clearing. And bring yourself back through to center. And scoot your hips over to the left. And fall your knees over to the right side. Choose your arms. Unfurl your chest. See if you can ask the hip flexors, the pockets of your hips, to let go a little bit further. The space between your rib bones a little bit further. The space across your chest, same. Go ahead and take a slow, complete inhalation, fill out. And then clearing. And then unwind, come back onto your back. Draw your knees into your chest. And find your way into your final sweet rest, whether that's legs outstretched Shavasana, or knees bent, or up into a seat. And then as you start to settle your way in now, letting all of that dust kind of earth, all of that effort, all of that doing go. And it might be a helpful tool to settle into that space of rest, to come back into what sensations you're feeling in your body, the sensation of your breathing. And so where you feel it more clearly, most distinctly. And let that kind of lull you into a space of rest now. So you're just noticing and feeling your breath and feeling your body without controlling any part of it. Now, place your hands onto your body, onto your torso, somewhere that brings you peace. Bend your left knee, roll to your right side. Turning down to rise up into a seat. And connect your palms and humble your chin. And take a slow, complete, thoughtful inhalation. Oh. Namaste. Beautiful work. Thank you so much for joining.